right. I'm CJ.
Hi, CJ.
Microphone's just there.
Cool. Want to grab one of these?
Yeah, just pick whichever one you feel like.
How the hell are you guys doing? Everybody good? Good. It's good to see you. I'm in a Guns N' Roses tribute band, and I just wanted to come to Scotland to say hi. That's not true.
It's good. I like the outfit.
Thanks very much, man. I always tell kids, why would you want to stand back when you can stand out, and I'm living proof.
I'm actually jealous because I could never, ever, ever pull off something like that.
You know what? Everybody says that, and I always go, you can pull off whatever you think you can pull off, dude. It's like if you walk the walk and you seem confident, people will go, I don't mind that he looks like he's in Def Leppard. He looks pretty cool doing that. So it's
Doesn't he look good, though, guys?
God bless you. Listen, I'm 120 years old, so I look pretty freaking awesome if I do say so myself. I'm just kidding.
Are you trying to tell us you're a vampire?
Well, you know, at Comic-Con, if you're going to be a vampire, this is the place to do it because everybody would be like, dude, that's awesome, right? Seriously, how many of you guys are vampires? We got any vampires? See right there. Exactly. See, and she looks fantastic.
See, you keep joking on about you in different bands, but you actually have your own band.
I do, man. I have a band. It's crazy. I came up with this idea for a band as a joke. It's called Rock Sugar, and basically what we do is we mash together 80s metal with 80s pop. Like they'll play an AC/DC song, but I sing a Madonna song over the AC/DC song. Or they play a Metallica song, and I sing a Journey song over the Metallica song. Hey, Jeff, are you there? Jeff, dude, Zanini. Hey, call up the YouTube clip of Sandman and bring it to me on your phone. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So anyway, we came up with this thing as a joke. It's called Rock Sugar. But we've gotten to open up now live for like AC/DC. We've played with Aerosmith. We've played with Def Leppard. We've played with all these huge bands because what we do is really stupid and funny. And the best part is, this is a true story. So I imitate all these singers because you guys know I do a lot of voices, right, for cartoons and everything. So I imitate singers. And one of the singers that I imitate heard our CD, so he heard our video, and he thought my voice was his voice because it was a good impression, and he thought we stole his voice without permission, so he sued us. So we can't sell the CD anymore online, and if you see it on Amazon, I'm not even lying, it's like $500. But what's cool is, yeah, for real, if you go on Amazon right now and it's there, it'll be like $500. But I sell them at my booth to screw this guy, and I sell them for 25 pounds, and I sign it. So look at it this way. If you buy it for 25 and I sign it, it's worth 26. I'm just kidding. But then you can sell it for $500, which is pretty awesome. Jeff, do you have internet on your phone or no?
We're going to load it now. So
you're going to show it up here? That's
it'll be about 2 minutes.
That's a terrible picture of me. All right, hang on. We're gonna show you this song. Jump it forward like 45 seconds. So basically, the band is good because it makes you think you're drunk even if you're not drinking because you think it's one song and then it turns into a different song. Yeah, this is it. Bounce it. That's a pretty good spot, dude. So, okay, the whole story is we were stuck on an island at the end of the 80s and we got rescued after 20 years of listening to pop records and we got brainwashed. So hang on. Are you
ready? We're ready, guys?
Here it is. Yeah. Yeah, play a little of this, dude. Here, crank it up. Yeah. So this is Enter Sandman by Metallica, right? You guys know this song? Okay, yeah, see, you're already rocking, all right? All right, keep it up. Just play it for like a minute. You'll see. So that's me. Yeah. See? I know, we're big. And it's great live because people think we're going to play one song and then we play another song. You'll see. Okay. Hey, it looks good up there. That's much better than the picture that was there a minute ago. Hang on. Okay. So there we are. My hair looks awesome. Hang on. Yeah! It's like the Kool-Aid, man.
It's the wind in the hair.
It is the wind in the hair, man. I need a wind machine following me around everywhere I go. Jeff, turn it up just a tad. Here, now listen to this right here. This is what I'm talking about. Just a small town girl, living in a lonely world. Yeah, see? So it's like pop and metal. Yeah, look at the girl in the back. See, exactly. That's it. See, and that's what. You know what's weird? When we played with Aerosmith, Steve Tyler watched our whole show from the side of the stage, and he's like my hero. And when we finished the set, he's like, "You're my favorite band, dude." And I'm like, "This is the weirdest thing that's ever happened in my whole life." So yeah, so basically, it's like we took all your favorite songs to a party and got them really, really drunk. And that's Rock Sugar, so that's my band.
How awesome is that?
You know what's good about it, bro, CJ? Even if I wasn't in that band, I would love that band because it's so weird.
So what songs have you actually done? What can we look forward to seeing? They're all on YouTube, I believe, yes?
A bunch of them are on YouTube. Yeah, a lot of them are on this CD. Like I said, if you like anything about 80s music, either metal or pop, you're going to love the band. But what's really cool is we're doing a new album now where we're mixing 80s metal with today's pop. So we're doing like Adele and we're doing Bruno Mars and Katy Perry mixed with like the Scorpions and AC/DC. It's really weird, but it's really cool. Nobody else is doing it, which is another reason that it's good. I like doing stuff nobody else does, which is why I wear these jackets.
Now, talking about something that no one else does.
Yeah.
You're part of one of my favorite panels that I always have to watch after a con.
Oh, Twisted Tunes.
Twisted Tunes. Who's seen Twisted Tunes?
Have you guys seen Twisted Tunes? A few of you have. Okay, well, Twisted Tunes is the brainchild of my buddy Jeff Sinini, who's over there. He had this idea.
Hi, Jeff.
Hi, Jeff.
Miss you, mate. How you doing?
Yeah.
Been a while.
Oh, and by the way, do we have any Animaniacs people here? You guys like Animaniacs? All right, in that case, we got to go, hello, Scotland, because I know you guys like that. Anyway, so yeah, Jeff Sinini had this idea that it would be really fun to read movie scripts like Harry Potter, or yesterday we did Braveheart, and you get a bunch of voice people like myself and Troy Baker and, you know, the other guys here, Nolan North, and we get up there and we read these movie scripts, but we change our voices every 2 pages to different voices. So you might hear like Winnie the Pooh being Darth Vader, or you might hear Christopher Walken being Han Solo or whatever, and it's really weird because, again, like that, it just takes something that you know and makes it different and fun. But Twisted Tunes is great. You can check that out on YouTube, and like I said, if you like the Rock Sugar stuff, I'm selling it at my booth because screw that guy, man.
Well, Twisted Tunes, yesterday you did Braveheart.
Yes, we did.
And what characters did you get to play in Braveheart?
Dude, I don't remember what I had for breakfast, but I'm going to do my best. Hang on. I know I did Wacko, as obviously as somebody. I did Scary Terry. For you guys like Rick and Morty?
Yes.
I'm Scary Terry on Rick and Morty, right? Which is, I know you're like, oh my God, I had no idea. So that was fun because with Scary Terry, you could say anything, and as long as you put the word bitch on the end of it, it becomes Scary Terry. So I'm like, oh, that's my son William, bitch, you know, and it's like, you know, and what's really fun, what's weird about Scary Terry, you guys, is that I get people coming up to my line, and by the way, it's been really nice meeting you guys. Thanks for coming and saying hi. I love meeting you all. And even if you don't buy something and you want to come say hi, I'd love to just shake your hand and say hi to you. But the Scary Terry thing, you know, you get these really cute, like, little 6-year-old kids, and they come up to you and they go, will you call me bitch? And I'm like, God, this is so weird, dude. You know, and I'm like, okay, bitch. And then they're happy. You know, and back in the day, you know, you call somebody a bitch, like, oh, get me a beer, bitch. They're going to throw it at your head. Now they're like, I love when you do that. It's just, it doesn't make sense.
So how many times this con have you had to actually do that?
Like 40. You know, it's been kind of quiet. No, it's just the weirdest part of my job is that you can stand in back as somebody at a grocery store, and let's say like they're wearing a Transformers T-shirt with your character on it, and they have no idea. You know, they just think I'm in Whitesnake. You know.
I thought it was AC/DC. Oh, wait, no, it wasn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
One of those guys. You know what I love about AC/DC, man? We played with those guys, and they're all real little. They're like hobbits. They are, man, except they don't have the furry. Maybe they do have the furry feet. I didn't see them without their shoes on. But they come up, they're like, you guys are great. We love you guys. And I'm looking down at his, and I'm like, dude, you're so little. But they kick ass, so it's cool.
I love the fact, like, literally, we've been on this panel 10 minutes, and I've heard you do about 5 different voices, and you just haven't broke a sweat.
Dude, I don't even care. It's like my job, you know. Ever since I was a little kid, you know how like a lot of you guys have things you did when you were little. I mean, you're still little. There's a few little people. Like maybe you were good at drawing, or maybe you were good at singing, or whatever it is. I just managed to turn it into a living. Hallelujah, thank you, Jesus. Because there's so many things I can't do. So it's awesome that a few of the things I can do, they give me a big bag of money for it. And I'm like, this is outstanding, dude. Because if I wasn't for singing and doing voices, I would totally be like making hamburgers in the back of a restaurant someplace or something. I got no skills, man.
That's awesome. So
Thanks.
one of the ones that you're very famous for is obviously the lovely Wacko.
Oh, you know, Wacko's great because that's where it all started for me, and that's a lot of fun. I love doing that.
You know we're making new Animaniacs, right? Did you guys know that? Yeah. You guys want to see new Animaniacs? Come on. That's it, yeah. No, that's amazing because, you know, for a long, long time, everybody kept asking me, why don't you guys make new ones? And the reason that we didn't is because it's owned by both Steven Spielberg and Warner Brothers. And so when it's owned by 2 companies like that, it's hard to make a deal. But they finally, I think it came out on Netflix a few years ago. You guys remember that? It was on Netflix. And everybody was watching it, and it was like this big deal. So they're like, we really should make some new ones. And they took us all out for dinner. And they're like, we're going to make new ones. And we were just like, okay. And they go, you don't seem real excited. We're like, no, we're good. And they go, why aren't you excited? And I go, because this is Hollywood, and everybody says a bunch of stuff that never happens. But if it happens, that's cool. Because fortunately, we've all worked a ton since we did that show a long time ago. And we didn't like need it to happen. So, but when it did happen, it's like, this is really, really a cool thing that it did. I'll tell you a funny story. This is a great story. This will also tell you a lot about who I am and the kind of person that I am. I don't have any filter, man. If you've been to my table, you probably know I don't have any filter because I just say whatever pops into my head, which is probably sometimes good, maybe sometimes not so good. The first time we all met Steven Spielberg because he produced Animaniacs, they had a big party for us at the Warner Brothers studio lot, and we all stood in the line when Steven came out to say hi, and he's walking down the line, shaking hands with everybody and saying hi, and I was the last one. And he gets to me and he goes, hey man, he goes, it's so nice to meet you, and I love what you're doing with the character, and you know your voice is great for Wacko, and nobody else did that. It's awesome. And he was very nice. And the whole time he was talking to me, I was just looking at him and nodding. And when he finished, I go, dude, I got to tell you the truth. I didn't hear anything that you just said because the entire time you were talking, all I could think about is how much money you must have in your wallet right now, right? That's what I said, right? So he looks at me, and everybody was like, you know, Rob Paulson and all these other people look at me like, dude, what did you do? And Steven looks at me and he goes, it's a lot, like that, right? And I go, no, it is, right? I go, we talked for like 30 seconds. I go, you had to make like $45,000, right? And he goes, something like that. And I go, cool, dude, good for you. And he goes, yeah. And he starts walking away, and there was like 9 of us standing there. And he turns around after like 5 feet, and he goes, hey, Jess. And I go, yeah. And he goes, let's go get something to drink. And I go, okay. So me and Steven Spielberg go have a drink. And after that, we became like buddies. I had lunch with him. So the point is, sometimes when you're afraid to say something, as long as it's not mean, say it, because you might end up having lunch with Steven Spielberg. That's all.
But there's one question.
Yeah.
Did he pay for the drinks with him having that much money?
Oh, dude, the drinks were free, but if they hadn't been free, you're damn right he would have paid for it. He made $45,000 in the time it took him to talk to me, so screw it. I'm not going to pay for that.
So another very popular show that you've been involved with, Transformers. Any Transformers fans?
Yeah, that's pretty good, too. I'll tell you a funny story about Transformers. This is true. When I first went and I did that show, I auditioned for it. They didn't want you to know it was Transformers. They said it was called Robots from Space. And I'm like, is this Transformers? They're like, no. I'm like, you guys are so full of crap. It's totally Transformers. So I read for it, and I get the job. And for some reason, they wanted me to do a British accent. Now, this is strange to me, because I always wonder why there's so many British people in space. Think about this. Every space movie you've ever seen, from Guardians of the Galaxy to Star Wars, all of them, there's always British people. And you're like, why are British people in space? There's no, the UK is not in space, and it's not like they got commuter buses going back and forth. So it didn't make sense. Anyway, I was doing an English accent. So I do the movie, and Ironhide is this, oh, we've got to save the world. Optimus Prime and I shall save the world from destruction. And it's like, that's the way he talks. So I go to the first movie, and Michael Bay is there, and he's crazy. He's nuts. I could tell you a lot of stories about him. So we do the movie, and it's fine. And I go to do the second movie. And now you would think that since he directed these movies, he's seen them a few times, right? Because directors see every frame of the movie 1,000 times. So we go to do the second movie, whatever that was called. I didn't see it. I swear I didn't even see it.
Transformers 2.
Thank you. Yeah, that's probably what it was. And he comes in, Michael comes in, and I start doing the dialogue, and I'm like, we've got to retrieve the cube. We've got to save the city. And he goes, are you doing a British accent? And I go, yeah. And he goes, why? And I go, because I did a British accent in the first one. He goes, no, you didn't. And I'm like, I totally did, dude. Right? And I go, really? And he goes, yeah, don't do the accent. So I go, okay. So I go and I start doing the voice without the accent. And I can see all these 40 people in the booth behind me freaking out because nobody disagrees with Michael. You just agree with everything he says. So they're all having like heart attacks because they know that they're not going to be able to use anything I'm saying because it's not in the right voice. But nobody wants to be the one to say it, right? So finally I hear this little voice on the intercom, and he goes, Michael, we actually referenced the first movie, and he is doing a British accent. And Michael goes, are you sure? And he's like, he's never seen it. And he goes, play it for me. And you hear me, and I'm like, hello, I'm doing a British accent. And he's like, oh, I guess you did do it. Maybe you should still do it then. And I'm like, yeah, maybe I should, dude. So either he's an alcoholic or something. I don't know what's going on.
It's a good British accent, though.
Thanks, man. I've been doing it since I was a little kid. It's like we all do all this stuff, and I don't even know how we know how to do it. Like we did a session, and they said, okay, you guys are going to be a stampede of wildebeests. And we're all like, okay. And we just do something, and they go, yeah, that's it. I have no idea if it's, But it's a strange skill set to have. It's like we just use our voices like silly putty, man. It's weird. But it's great. I love it. Because, like I said, I can't do anything else, and there's bags of money involved, and I like bags of money, so that's cool.
You've been stealing stuff from Steven's house, hasn't you? Oh, bag of money. Brilliant.
Yeah,
There we go.
another bag of money. I just go up there. They're laying around in that guy's driveway. He's got them growing out of the ground. There's like, $100 trees. It's crazy, dude.
I can actually picture that, just driving down, just $100 bills are falling on your windscreen driving in.
I want that. I still want to do the Scarface thing. Maybe, see, when I come home from cons, if you do good at a con, you got this bag of money, you want to throw it all over the bed and roll around in it. But then you're like, money's probably really gross and dirty. So if I did that, I'd wear like a Velcro suit or some sort of plastic wrap so it wouldn't stick to me.
Now, I'm going to ask one of those boring... You know what? I'm not going to ask a boring question. I was going to say, how do you get in the voice work? But you've answered that 50 billion times, no doubt.
You know that, yeah.
Who has a fan question?
Who's got a
Let's
question?
give you guys a chance.
I
Right,
love
let's
that
jump
guy.
out.
That's Ian, right, Ian? Yeah, good to see you, dude.
It's Hook.
Yeah, it is Hook. He's got a great outfit. I would wear that outfit totally, dude. Exactly as I'd even wear the hook.
Do you want to borrow mine? I've got one at home.
Yes.
That isn't even a joke. They're laughing over there because they know I'm telling the truth.
I'll put it on, dude. I'll wear it.
Cool. Question.
Is there anything you can tell us about the Animaniacs reboots or any info we can
Yeah,
hear?
dude, I can. First of all, what's awesome is I'm not even supposed to be talking about it, but screw it, because I am. It's really, what's great about it is, remember the first one, how we just screwed with everybody and we had no respect for anything? It's exactly like that. And we were all worried that it wasn't going to be like that. I mean, literally in the first episode, Wacko calls Donald Trump psycho. So I'm like, yeah, it's like the first show. We're not even like 6 minutes into it. I something like,
he could be the other Warner Brothers, Psycho.
and I'm just like, because we're just like, we don't have any respect. You know what I'm looking forward to is I want to see the Animaniacs meet the Kardashians and just kick their ass. I want to kick their giant asses, dude. That's seriously, because I don't get that whole thing, so I know that's coming. We're basically going to tear all the walls down just like we used to. There's going to be songs. You're going to learn more about states and capitals and countries of the world.
United States, Canada, Mexico, Panama.
We're going to do all that stuff. It's going to be great.
Can we expect all of the old characters? Like one of my favorites, like, okay, love you, bye-bye now. Why?
You know what?
Why?
I know. I love her. I don't want to say too much. I can say one thing. The two characters I know for sure that are returning, other than Yakko, Wacko, and Dot, are characters that start with a P and a B. Can anybody guess who that is? Who is it? Pinky and the Brain, my brother. That's right. So Pinky and the Brain are back too, yeah.
So, Jess, what are you doing tonight?
What?
What are you doing tonight?
Tonight?
Yeah.
It depends on where she is and when she asks me. I'm just kidding, dude. I don't know. No, man, look, you know what? Probably tonight it's the last night of the con, and the last night of the con I usually am comatose laying on a hotel floor going, I got to get on a plane tomorrow, man. You know what, though? I will tell you guys this. This will be nice for these guys, man. There's a restaurant. This district, is it Finiston? Is that what they call it, Finiston? There's a restaurant there called the Gannett, and if you guys haven't eaten there, I ate there last night and the night before, and I'll probably eat there tonight too because it's so awesome. The food is so sick good. The Gannett, I'm not getting paid, but they're awesome and they deserve a shot. So if you're around there and you're hungry, go to the Gannett. Great.
Awesome. Any more questions there?
Questions.
Oh,
I
right
like questions.
next to me. Awesome.
Since Peter Cullen voiced Ironhide in the G1 show, was there ever any awkwardness between you and him while you were recording the films?
Can you repeat that just because it's hard to hear?
Okay. Since Peter Cullen voiced Ironhide in the G1 show, was there ever any awkwardness between you and him while recording the films?
You know what's a good question? The only time I saw Peter was when we were like in waiting rooms and we'd do the voices for each other just for fun, and we'd usually talk about bagels and cream cheese and stuff in the voices, which was funny, but they always recorded us separately. And in the old days, man, with cartoons, they used to have us all in a room together when we do it, and then they all of a sudden were like, we're just going to do them separately, which is good because it takes me a lot less time and I can get in and out faster, but it's sad because it's nice to work with your friends. So, but with Transformers, we were always solo, probably because Michael Bay couldn't remember who any of us were. That's what I would guess.
Awesome. Question at the front here. Sorry, guys. Can I just squeeze through? I'm going to get
I
killed
love
by
that guy. That's a good dude. Looking
It's
sharp, brother.
It's nice.
Hi again, Jess.
How are you, pal?
So everybody knows that you were Wacko and Ironhide and Transformers, etc. But is there any work that you have done that you were really impressed with, but you don't feel gets enough attention or appreciation for it?
Your name is Graham, right? That's what I thought. Graham, you know what? It's a great question. It's not that I don't feel any of it gets enough appreciation. I'll tell you two quick things that are funny. The first one is that anything that I do that makes anybody happy, I just love that I did it. Like I'm on this show, Doc McStuffins, right? And it's like a little kids cartoon. But yeah, totally, right? Any of you guys have kids, they watch this show. And I love being on that show because it makes little kids happy. So it's like, whether 5 people see it or 20 million people see it, I'm just stoked. As far as something that I did that people don't know that I did, we all do so much stuff that you guys wouldn't know. I'm going to tell you a quick little thing. Did you guys ever see a movie called Finding Nemo? Okay. I did a lot of stuff with Finding Nemo, but my favorite thing that I did was this one day, the director, this guy Andrew Stanton, says to me, he goes, hey, Jess, I just want you to say this one word like 100 times in a bunch of different voices. And I'm like, what word is it? And he tells me the word. And I'm like, why is that funny? And he goes, you'll see, it's going to be really great. So I go up to the mic and I say this one word like 100 times in like 100 different voices, and then I left, and I got paid, and everything was fine. Now, can you guess what the word was? Can anybody guess?
Mine.
That dude, all those seagulls are all me. And it's just me going, mine. You know, and it's just, and it's so funny, and everybody loves it. And you know what's great about that is I'm walking around and I see people wearing shirts with the seagulls and it says mine. And I'm like, dude, that was me. So it's like, that's why the job is so cool, Graham, is because you do so much stuff. Like, you like Road Rovers, right? Were you the guy that said you like Road Rovers? Yeah. See, it's like a lot of people don't know that show, but you love that show, so it's cool.
Well, I think you need some recognition for Finding Nemo because that is an absolutely awesome bit.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks, dude. Yeah, it's pretty cool, right? I mean, it's like, it doesn't suck. And plus, it makes people happy, and that makes me happy.
Okay, next question at the front here.
Hi. What song do you feel best represents Ironhide?
A song that represents Ironhide? I am Iron Man. Down, down, down. Think about it, because he's made of metal. See, exactly. You know what's kind of awesome is that I am metal and I play metal characters, man. So Iron Man, without a doubt. And I'd never been asked that before. Oh, this is funny too. You want to hear a quick one? I worked with Kelly Osbourne on this cartoon called the 7D for Disney, and I was married to her, and we hung out all the time. And she made this mistake of telling me that her father calls her and forgets to unblock his number, so it always came up, unknown caller. And she knew it was her dad. She knew that it was Ozzy Osbourne. So I started calling her and blocking my number and pretending to be her dad, and she'd believe it because I do a good impression. I'd be like, oh, Kelly, your mother and I once invited you to come in for dinner, I haven't seen you in 3 fucking weeks. And she's like, Daddy, stop it, I'm busy, and it's me. I'm in the bathroom calling her, and I come back in, I go, what's up? She goes, oh, my dad's bothering me again. And I'm like, it was me, dude, so it was pretty cool. Yeah, it's good.
Evil, but I love it. How good was that Aussie impression as well?
Thanks, man. Well, it came to mind because we were talking about Iron Man, so I started doing Aussie. It's crazy, yeah.
Okay, next question at the front here.
Is there any line on Animaniacs that you're most thinking, how the hell did we get away with that? Because there's a lot of...
You know what? That's a great question because we got away with a lot of crazy stuff, right? I loved it when we did this. Do you remember the fingerprints line? Yeah, fingerprints. Yeah, remember that? Because they were trying to solve a case, and they go, did we get to fingerprints? And they pull out this little thing of prints like we're going to finger them, and they go, good night, everybody, and they push them away again. Because that's why it was so cool, because it was made for little kids, but there was so much stuff for adults to get into and laugh about it. And believe me, there's going to be more of that.
Well, it's funny because Pixar's the same. Pixar has so many kind of little jokes that don't pick up on. And
oh, totally, man. I worked on a show for Comedy Central called Drawn Together. Did you guys ever see Drawn Together? Yeah, that was the most wrong show I ever did. And every time we did a table read of that, I'm like, there's no way we're going to get away with any of this because it's the craziest, raunchiest, dirtiest stuff in the world. And we did. And then one day they called me up and they go, hey, man, we're going to make a movie. And I'm like, why? And they go, so we can say all the stuff we couldn't say on the TV show. And I'm like, what couldn't we say on that freaking TV show, dude? So, yeah, it's crazy.
Okay,
more questions. I like talking to you guys. What
okay, another question here.
All right, so I was always wondering, what was your favorite character to voice ever?
My favorite character to voice ever? Well, you know what's nice, man? That's a very sweet question. My favorite character to voice ever is the one that makes you the happiest. I love that character. And I love Wacko because he was my first big character. And these days, you know what I like doing? Cartoon Network is bringing back The Wizard of Oz as a cartoon, which is really awesome because that was my favorite movie. And my favorite character was the Cowardly Lion, So I find myself these days doing a lot of, because I'm the Cowardly Lion now, which is great. So I get to be him. So that's a favorite of mine just because I love the movie so much,
Now, actually, I'm just stood next to Miriam here. Go on.
Hi, Miriam.
You can go give him.
What do you
Just
got?
showed us this, and how amazing is this drone? Thought you should want to have it
Wow,
yourself.
look how talented you are. Let's hear from Miriam. She is a great artist. See, this is outstanding. And if you don't become a professional artist, I'm going to be mad at you, okay? So you better do it. This is great. Can I keep this? Then
Yes,
come to my
yeah.
table. I'll give you something, okay? Seriously. That's great. I love this. It's
We'll
amazing.
get Steven the funder and sorted.
Yeah, totally, man. Exactly. Take care of everything. It'll be great.
Any
I'm
more
gonna-
fan questions? We're going to make this very, very quick, so we'll run out of time.
Yeah, I love that guy, too. He was cool. And then there's a young lady back there that I see.
Okay, a question, please.
Oh, yeah. So, what was your favorite moment of voicing Ironhide and Barricade in the films? Like, any moments you thought was really badass, or just made you like just laugh out loud, like when the Barricade was interrogating Sandra, like, "Are you ladies man 217?"
That's good. That's good. That one was good because that basically, when I did that voice, I was thinking about American wrestlers. Because, you know, American wrestlers always go, I'm going to tear him apart. I'm going to get him in the ring. So that's all I did for Barricade was that. As far as my favorite moment, it had to be that thing with Michael Bay forgetting that Ironhide was British. Because I'm just like, dude, you're making so much money that your memory is clouded with dollar bills, you know. But no, I was just happy about doing the whole thing because I know how much you guys like Transformers. And I'm like, cool, I get to be part of this. I always feel like that. Every day I'm like, I can't believe I get to be part of stuff that makes people happy. Now, that girl with the flowers in her hair, you've been having your hand up. I saw that. What's going on?
Do I have to?
Yeah, you have to.
Only if I get a free hug. Free hugs, then you get a question.
He's a good man.
There we go.
Let's hear it for CJ. CJ's doing a very good job up here, man. He's got a lot of
Stop.
He's got a lot of energy, and he's going to let me wear his
Stop.
Captain Hook outfit. All right, what do you
Question.
As a voice actor, how is it different going to an audition as a voice actor than an acting for stage or screen actor?
It's a great question. The answer to that is basically, here's the thing with voice acting. Are any of you guys interested in voice acting? I mean, as a profession? Okay, check out a website. It's called vobuzzweekly.com. There's tons of free stuff. There's like lessons with all of us that are free. It's amazing. But I want you to remember something when it comes to voice acting, and this is a good way to end the session. Voice acting is a little V and a really big A. It's much more about acting with your voice than it is about doing funny voices. People think, oh, I do a funny voice, I could probably be a voice actor. Well, maybe you could, but it's way better if you can act with a voice and make the voice carry the character. You know what I'm saying? So the way it's different in an audition is, in an audition, if you're auditioning for a movie or a TV show, they're looking at this whole thing. They ask me to do on-camera work sometimes and be on camera, but when I do on-camera work, I can only be a pirate or a rock star or Jesus. That's it. Those are my only options. But with voice acting, I can do anything that I can produce with my voice. You just have to be able to convey emotions with your voice instead of with the look on your face or an eye or your body or the movement of your hand. You see what I'm saying? I mean, like there was this little thing we came up with Wacko that was a really good thing. It's like the difference between saying, you know, well, we have to say goodbye, you know, to CJ now. And Wacko would go, oh, but he's my friend. That's one way to say it. But if I went, but he's my friend. You see what, exactly. All of a sudden, it takes on a whole other connotation just because what I'm doing with the sound of it. So that's where the difference between voice acting and acting is, honey. Is that good?
Great bit of advice there, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, dude. So we're good.
Unfortunately, guys, as great as it's been, hasn't Jess been great, first of all?
Thanks. I appreciate it.
He's still here for the rest of the day. You should head along to his booth, check out the CD just to stick it to the guy.
Yeah, stick it to and if you listen, even if you hate it, sell it for 400 pounds, dude. I don't know why I don't just stay home and sell them for 400 pounds, except I feel bad, but I don't feel bad if you guys do it. Hopefully you'll like it, though, and you'll want to keep it. It's really good.
Buy it, rip it, put it on your iPod, then sell it for 500 pounds.
This is 2018 thinking. That's millennial thinking. That's exactly right.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the one and only Jess!
Thank you, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have our next panel coming in the next 10 minutes, and I'll also be giving away more free stuff, so don't go anywhere. And I'm just going to